Dead in Hip Hop, Mixtape Review, Joey Badass, Summer Nights. So we were debating if we were going to do this one because we've done so many Pro Era and Joey Badass projects. Huh? Yeah, we've done two. Okay, but I'm just saying, is this, you know, we showing Joey a lot of love, and I think it's rightfully so because he is a dope MC. And on this project, I think that this one overall was my most favorite project that he's dropped, even over 1999. And the biggest thing I took away from this project was I felt like the production was very mellow throughout the whole tape. But the difference with having the same type of production through the majority of the project is that I feel like Joey definitely changed the emotion by himself on track to track. So you got that up and downness, not from the production, but from the artist himself. And I think the prime example is 9-5 to Infinity, where the beat is so mellow. But I think that was the most aggressive I've ever heard Joey. You know, with his voice, 9-5 to it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, holy shit. But the funny story about that is my brother, he was like, yo, that's my favorite song on there. And the first time I heard it, I was like, yeah, it's nice. You know, it's whatever. It didn't really catch me. And this whole project was like that. The first time I listened to it, it really didn't catch me. But 3, 4, 5 listens in, I'm like, yo, I'm really feeling this project. Just because it was so mellow, but I got so many different feelings from the MCs. Sit and Pray is definitely one of my favorite ones. I don't know which MC is which, but he kind of felt like Jay-Z on there. Desi Hines? Okay.
He's easily become my favorite out of Pro Era, right?
Yeah, he definitely had a Jay-Z feel about him on that track. It was amazing. I think that this project was nothing new. Like I don't think Joey took any risk on this one, but I don't know if he needs to right now because he's doing what he's doing and he's on top of his game. So I don't know if he needs to change anything up right now. You know what I'm saying? But I like this. I think this is Joey's best project. I don't think this was a Pro Era project. It was Joey Badass with his people. And I definitely like it. The production was on point. You know, I don't think I have to say anything lyrically about Joey. Like, just listen to him and you'll see what I'm saying. But yeah, man, I definitely fuck with Joey.
I agree with you, man. Like, I think, you know, Joey Badass, just got to give him time to mature, man. He's still slowly maturing lyrically. He's a little bit more, I can say, you can tell he's more mature in this one than the previous 1999. He's still kind of focused. And like that 95 to Infinity, that's easily my favorite track. That one and Hillary Swank, I like that. I like that smooth jazz type of feel track. Lee Bannon, actually, the tracks he produced, 47 Goons, that gave me that shimmy y'all type of that gave me that shimmy y'all type of feel, man. From Wu-Tang Clan classic, that the drums was on that one. I love that joint. And Odyssey. What you think about the Odyssey joint? Sorry, Bonita.
Yeah, I was about to say the Bonita.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, but it seemed like they was a little bit like off topic a little bit. Like I thought they were gonna be kind of talking about a female most of the time because that's how Bonita Applebone was. So when I saw Sorry Bonita, I was like, okay, this might. But then I think they was a little bit off on the subject on that song, but the beat was still dope. I like the of course I was expecting this, to him to have a OD to
what about
Capital
YOLO?
Steez.
I love that one.
Depth of YOLO. Yeah, but see that one, yeah, that one still showed his immature, like young wise, you know what I'm saying, self. So I thought it was cool. I liked it, like that one. And of course, like I said, I expected him to do a OD to Capital Steez. That was I knew that was gonna happen.
Hey, he had to.
Because, you know, he went through a lot ever since he dropped 1999. So I was kind of hoping I was gonna get a little bit more introspective Joey Badass, just from what he'd been through since 1999 drop. But overall, it was a good project. I enjoyed it.
I don't know, man. I think it was a good project by Joey. I mean, I don't think there's anything like negative you can really say. I think you see a maturity in Joey Badass from 99 to the Pro Era tape to this. And I think it's just kind of him working through, I guess, where he wants to go musically with his career. You know, I think I like the production on this. I think for me it kind of it didn't really do a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just, you know, I just put, it was like nothing I could really kind of walk away from this and say, I'd like 6 or 7 or 8 times, because I'm really trying to find, because I felt like it was something that I needed to play over and over again to kind of pull out certain nuances in it. Because when I first played it, you know, it was, I mean, you know, it was just, yeah, it was a little, I mean, it was dull. You know, it wasn't anything that did much for me. So, but when I played it over and over again, and the instrumentation and the beats, like the Hillary Swank, you know, I think that was the horn in that, started to kind of, you know, those neo-soulish type soulful beats started to kind of really pull me in.
Because you heard the sample at the beginning.
Oh yeah. So in that regard, and the different type of production with Lee Bannon, the Odyssey track, the Status Left, and of course the Primo joint, you know, I really appreciated the production on it, this tape. But you know, I mean, all in all, again, like you were saying earlier, it's just another Joey Badass mixtape. You know, and I do like the fact that he's trying to do that gruffness with his voice, so he's trying to do different things, you know, as far as finding who he's going to be, you know, as an artist as a whole. And Desi Hines, you know, I like kind of what he was doing with that throwback Jay-Z type flow, but, you know, I mean, you know, it was okay. Satellites was probably my favorite joint on there, so, yeah, Satellites was dope, man.
I agree.
From the production to what Joey was doing on there, his voice, just everything. I just,
Because
I think it
kind of took you
outshined
by
everything.
surprise.
Yeah, it did.
When you first heard it, you was like, "What the?" And the beat was dope as hell. Yeah, the way he
man,
was,
come on,
the way
man.
he was so
Joey's never
aggressive.
sounded like that before.
He didn't sound like that on 1999.
I don't even know if I even like that from him just yet. You know what I'm saying?
He's still young.
Yeah, like it's a trend, it's an evolution, man. He's trying new shit, and the thing is that I think he executed it well.
What are y'all talking about?
95 to the thing.
But what about it surprised you?
What, surprised them or surprised me?
Yeah, what do you guys
Like how
think?
he was just so aggressive. His aggressive tone.
I don't know that was something that he was intentionally doing, because he goes back and forth throughout the tape, but like, or I'm sorry, he doesn't really go back and forth throughout the tape. Like, his voice sounds pretty gruff the whole fucking time. I think his voice just changed. He was a child. How old was he when 1999 came out?
Well, he was
17.
Yeah, 17.
No, I thought he was 17 or 18 now.
He's 18 now.
He's 18 now, so when did 1999 come out?
Last year.
That was 17. He was 17 when that dropped.
So when do you think he recorded it? He probably recorded when he was like 16.
Yeah, because he had like rejections.
Yeah.
Right, so think
Rejects.
about it. 16 to 18, his voice probably just got a little bit
But even
deeper.
on Hillary Swank, it didn't sound like
Nah.
195 until Infinity. I mean, you know, I think
I
he
thought
was
his
just,
voice
Well,
sounded
I
good.
think
that's
he
what I'm
was
saying.
just-
He's
yeah.
trying different styles,
Yeah, I think
because if
he
it's,
was
you know,
trying
if,
it.
if indeed his voice did change, then he's trying to figure out how to use this new voice.
I don't think he's like intentionally trying to make his voice sound rough. I think his voice just changed, and he's trying to figure out how to use it best. Because on all of the songs, his voice sounds way deeper than it did in 1999.
And I agree where his voice is getting deeper, but I think on that track specifically, he just went more scruffy with his voice. I think
I
it's
think he just spit a little bit harder, that's all.
I think he just went in that way. Like his voice was just a little bit more scruffy. You know, like kind of like how Jada, what the fuck does he, Scrappy, what the fuck does he call it? Jada Kiss. Raspy.
Raspy, yeah.
I think he just went in a little bit raspier. I think it was intentional on that one track, because he didn't sound like that the whole on anything else. It was just raspy on that one. But I agree.
You don't think it was raspy on the whole thing?
I think it was raspier than 1999 completely, and I agree with you guys.
Right.
I think his voice is changing, but on 95 to Infinity, I just think that he just went for that sound.
All right, so anyway, yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'm kind of with Ken. I thought it was all right. It didn't blow me away. I definitely think he's getting more mature, because he is literally getting more mature. I thought it was still boom bap, but it was a more sophisticated boom bap a little bit. He changed his beats up a little bit. I don't know, man. When I listen to this, it kind of reminds me of Rakim's 7 Seal. Like, the spitting's good, the production's cool, but overall the songs are just kind of dull. It's just, by track 7, I kind of feel like Joey Badass starting to sound like an old man.
Really?
Yeah, it's like he's just starting to sound like he's not that motivated anymore. I don't know what it
I think he
is.
thought he was bored. You think?
Yeah, because like he's really monotone on this particular album, with the exception of a few tracks. he sounds actually motivated.
I kind of. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I kind of agree with you because, like I said, in the first few listens, I was like, damn, Joey Bada sounded like he just bored as hell, like making his mixtape at first. You know,
Yeah.
not saying I was hating it, but it was just like, dude, sound like you're interested in making this mixtape like you did in 1999. Like,
Right.
he was like, look, I'm on the scene, I'm Joey Badass, I'm gonna show y'all who I am. But it's like this one at first, it sounded like he was bored, but it kind of grew on me a little bit the more I listened to it. But that's all.
No, I agree with you 100%. Look at the track list now. Okay, so Sit and Pray, I thought he sounded interested. Amethyst Rockstar, I thought he sounded interested. Right on Time kind of broke up the monotony a little bit because he changed up his subject matter a slight bit.
Which showed his maturity.
Right, which shows his maturity a little bit. But yeah, but for the most part, I was just like, all right, I'm still nodding my head, but I wasn't paying that hard of attention to it by like track 9. And then there was what, 17, 18
Yeah, it was
tracks
17
on
of
this?
these joints.
By Long Live Stilo. I thought that was a dope track.
Right.
I think he did really well with it. Yeah, which was expected. I didn't expect to get something that interesting and that poetic from him, where like he said that shit about the sky's the limit. That's what they told a fucking fool. Read the sky's the limit, now shoot for the stars and the moon.
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of dope. And he's still spitting like complex shit, but it's just like he's not showing any emotion. Like you were saying, he sounded different on 1999. That's what I think. He was just trying to sound a little more aggressive. I don't think he sounded gruffier. I think he was just louder. He sounded mad for a minute. He should have done that on more tracks. Because after a while, I was just like, all right, Joey, like, you're dope, but give me something. Like, even when he says the shit about these hoes don't love me, they just love the account, but I never know the amount. I check them hoes, but until they bounce or something. Like, he says everything like he's just like sitting in a chair on a beach.
Just conversation.
I need more emotion out of him. I know he's a kid and he's getting older and he's maturing, but I feel like I got a little bit more enthusiasm on 1999.
Me too.
Look, I think Joey, he took me up and down. You know what I'm saying? The beats were, samey, but
So
Joey took me up and down.
And I know you were a little bit off track because we moved. So, but you got more out of this tape than it seems like I did, one, and a little bit with Mike.
I felt exactly like y'all the first 4 or 5 listens. Honestly, because it really wasn't until like the 6, 7, 8 listen that I was like, yo, I'm really feeling this. And I even told you, I'm like, I don't know why, but this is probably one of my favorite projects of the year right now. And I can't explain why I love it so much that way, but I don't know, just the more I listen to it, the more I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I think this is Joey's best project for me. So from beginning to end, man, I definitely fuck with Joey Badass' Summer Nights. My favorite Joey project so far, definitely Bumps in the Whip. Production was on point. It was definitely, like Mike said, it was pretty much boom bap, but it was, I think it was more soulful boom bap, a little bit more grown, a little bit more mature boom bap. And 9-5 to Infinity, that's my joint, hands down. Bumps in the Whip.
Yes, agree with people. It took me a few listens because like I said, the first few listens I thought he was just bored with the music. But I can appreciate him involving it and getting more mature. He's young, like I said. He's only 18 years old. He's gonna have time to mature and get better and find his niche as an MC. And I think now from here, I'm just looking forward to seeing what he's gonna do with his debut album. So hopefully he'll show me something and sound like he's more interested in making the music than more so on this mixtape. So I like it though overall.
I'll wait for the album. I mean, because hopefully he'll be a little bit more interested in that than making another mixtape. Not a bad mixtape at all. I think Joey was consistent, right? He was consistent from project to project. So kudos to him because it's hard to really do that, to sustain yourself and grow in certain ways. What I would like to hear from Joey is more. I like the storytelling that I pulled out that he's doing in this one, but. I mean, he's consistent.
Shit, hey, I agree with certain parts of Ken, and not all of it, because I ain't trying to have Joey drop a track like my man Chuck Strength did on B. Alright, so
I knew
for the most part, I enjoyed. For the most part, I enjoyed this mixtape. The only thing is, like I said before, I kind of want to know a little bit more about Joey, and I kind of want to feel a little bit more from Joey. Like, I feel like he's spitting. Joey Badass, he's spitting his ass off, but the only thing that I feel like Joey's lacking a little bit is projection, delivery. Like, I can't do 17 tracks of just and then 3 or 4 tracks of you know what I mean? Like, give me some more on the same track. Give me and you know what I mean? Like, that probably sounds like gibberish, and Modest Media's in the back laughing at me, but I don't give a fuck, because I make sense to me, and that's all that fucking matters. But yeah, for the fuck you. But yeah, for the most part, I enjoyed this album. I mean, this mixtape. I agree with Ken that I hope that he is a little more interested and motivated when he does the album. I hope he diversifies his subject matter maybe a little bit.
And I think he will.
I think he will too. Or maybe this is just the type of rap he's interested in doing. Like, maybe that's why he turned down the rock deal.
Yeah.
Because they probably want him to do songs.
Yeah.
And Joey's like, nah, man, I just want to get on a fucking track and rap.
Yeah.
And that's cool, but I don't know if that's always cool for 17 tracks. That's all I'm saying. But for the most part, I dig it, man. I dig it.